Welcome back to Weighted to Win. Hope everything's been good. Thank you to Brandon Bailey for stepping in for me this earlier this week. We really appreciate his help and all of that sort of stuff that goes with it. And good to have Daryl Murray and Darren Burrows back with me now to talk about the Hollywoodbets Scottsville race meeting today. We're doing this at 10 o'clock this morning. Some of you may have already been on Twitter to see some of the action. There's the handle on your screen, as well as our Weighted to Win number. You're welcome to join at any time. In this race, I can tell you Darren Burrows at Heirloom's top of the boards at currently, I think, open 15 to 10. You can get 16 to 10, but there's been some what do you call it, support or pressure or whatever you want to call it for this horse Helsinki from Paul Lafferty's stable, first timer, now shortened 17 to 10, and the way things are going, it appears that's the horse to beat.
Definitely, Clyde. All morning I've heard about this horse Helsinki, that she's going to go very close to winning. Her dam Mocha Java ran second in the computer form sprint, second in the Cape Flying Championships. She was top class. If I'm not mistaken, Michael Azzi trained her. And this horse could go very well on debut. The obvious danger is Heirloom, who's had the 4 starts for 4 places, so she's got the experience.
Okay, but first timer, left in form, money's on. Any comments that you're aware of?
Yes, he's a quick horse. Probably prefer 1,000 meters at this stage. So, Clyde, the support has come for him. Like Darren touched on, his dam was very, very good. She won 6 races over the sprinting trips. Heirloom, you can't fault her consistency to date. She does get that 2.5 kg sex allowance in her favor. I had a look at her breeding. Obviously, she's by Ореatorio. Now, her dam won over 1,400, so I don't believe the step up in trip to the 1,200 it's going to be a negative. I actually think it's going to be in her favor. And with it, racing experience on her side, I'm going to say she's the one to beat from the first time at number 1 Helsinki. But I haven't banked her in the buy pot card.
A fair assessment. We don't know much about what else is going on. We'll know closer to race time when they go to the gate. Here we go. Buy pots. Let's get them on. Race number 1 and have a look at what the choice is. Daryl going both 1 and 5, by 1 and 2, by 3, 5 and 6, by 1, 3 and 5, by 2, 4 and 5, by 2, 4, 5, 8 and 9. Well, Southern Cape and Lady Tiptree get an opportunity to renew rivalry here in race number 2, and Darren Burrows will give us an idea as to which way he wants to go and place accumulators. Darren, what do you make of the race?
Very tricky, but Desert Rose, now take note, she did run on Sunday, but she didn't go to the front and she was pulling behind runners. There's going to be a change of tactics. If she pushes forward to the lead, her best trip, the 1,600, I could see her winning. Dangers, Southern Cape, Lady Tiptree, Only Hearts and Zenekela.
Okay, so Desert Rose, perhaps some weren't sure if that would participate today.
I didn't think she would, Clyde. That's the reason why I left her out of my perms. She did run 7th. It was a disappointing run, beaten 3 lengths by Lucky Miss. So I thought she was going to come out. That's the reason why I've left her out of my perms. I like the way Southern Cape won last time out. She was obviously in need of that run, and despite that, she won with a bit in hand. I went back and watched that replay, Clyde. I was impressed with Only Heart's efforts. Now, she was given a chance on that occasion. She stayed on in the latter stages. She moved right to the outside, and she was doing her best work late. I think she's 3.5 kilograms better off this time round, and she cracks a 1 draw. So I see her slotting in just behind Southern Cape and possibly reversing that form. So I went 1 and 2 in the buy pots, and I banked the 1 Only Hearts in the PA. I hope I get through the first leg, Clyde.
Yeah, it's interesting because Only Hearts, I mean, what was she beating? 2.5 lengths on the run, and you're looking and hoping that she'll reverse form for obvious reasons or various reasons. And yeah, it's what we like in our place accumulator race number 2. We'll put it up for you where Daryl's gone bank of the 1. He's hoping he can survive this by bank of the 6 in the next leg of the place accumulator. He's also hoping he can survive there where that horse Fields of Green, then 1, 3, 5, then 2, 4, 5, by 2, 4, 5, 8 and 9, by 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, by 3 and 5. Don't forget to hold up your phone, use that code, snap away. It's the most convenient way to bet. Well, Fields of Green is coming out of the Western Cape, and that's the form. Darren Burrows will know that form pretty well. It's interesting because that Spring Kiss also comes out of the Cape, Darren, so you can give us an idea. I see the Spring Kiss form line, last form line, is far stronger from a direct win perspective. But Fields of Green, perhaps the right one. We know Daryl Marie's got that banker, and it's currently the 5-2 favourites at this point in time at 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, I thought the race, the Cape Town Raiders should dominate, besides the first timer, of course. Now, Fields of Green ran off the likes of Sarki, Busy Lizzie last time out. We've seen multiple winners from that form line, and she should go very close. I did speak to the owner, Jason Higgs, and they're expecting a big run. Spring Kiss only had the 3 starts, 4-length Senior Victoria. That's good enough to feature strongly. And your first time, a Lady of the Sword, is fancied to run a decent race.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the first timer. Also, what comes from Senior Victoria is whether it's good enough or not, I don't know, Sharapova. But what do you make of it?
Yes, and Senior Victoria actually won again yesterday with Aussie Note, Clyde.
Right, that's right.
Yes, she's improving
Nice price
with
she took there.
each and every start. You can see that she obviously brings that Western Cape maiden form to KZN, along with the likes of Fields of Green. So I think that's good enough to win a maiden event in KZN. Fields of Green, we touched on that form line. Medalist Hearts, I think, one in Fairview, at Fairview, and another one is estimated. There are also indirect winners from that form line, Clyde. Mary Lamb being one of them. So I bank her in the PA. I think I will come through safely enough. At this stage, there's been absolutely no support for the first timer. Number 3, Lady of the Sword. Now, she's a full sister to Sugar Mountain. He's above average. I think he's 1-4 to date. And half sister to Good Time Guy. He's also 1-4. If the money comes for her late, I can see her making a winning debut. But at this stage, the market's called for her.
Yeah, I see the same owners have got Diana the Huntress, another first timer in there, but no movement yet. It's relatively quiet, and one would think that Keegan DeMella would have had the choice with the Alison Wright stable. But any event, it appears to be the horses that have raced that have preference. And this is a pick 6 opportunity now for everybody. Let's have a look at what Mr. Burrows has put up for us. He's going 3, 5, and 6 by Field, by 2, 4, 7, by 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then he's bankering the 5 in the second last leg of today's play. And for those of you who don't know who that is, it's Iron Will. He's hoping that Alison Wright and Serena Moodley can get that right. It's 5-2 at 10 o'clock this morning. And then 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 at the back. Let's get on to race number 4, handicap at the 94 level. Not an easy race. This market is recommending that number 10, Lord Williams, the one to beat, priced up at 5-2. Stables fairly strong at the moment in KwaZulu Natal. Number 3, Fast Love, is 33-10. Second choice, Johan Janssen van Vieren's been having a bit of a bash out KwaZulu Natal way as well. And a horse like Ralph the Rascal, number 2, is trading at 8-1. I've got a Shrewdy that I like myself, Darren Burrows, a horse called Sir Michael, who's trading at 20-1. But I'd like to hear what you like.
I give Sir Michael a big chance. That last form line behind Duke of Sussex has stood up really well. He's got the ability. I mean, I remember him running a short head off Do It Again in the past. Lord William, his rating is a bit high, I thought. For a 3-year-old, 59 kilos, 10 draw, there has been support though. Fast Love, I would prefer him with a short run-in. Scottsville, I'm not sure if he'll get away. Noble Sniper of the rest. I thought a very tricky race.
Tricky race. It does appear to have that. Look at it, Mr. Murray.
Yes, Clyde, Fast Love, when he gets to the front and he gets an easy lead, he quickens well off that. So he could possibly go back-to-back. I just went back to the 12th of July.
Mm-hmm.
That run on the 12th of July, Clyde. Listen to this. Sir Michael beat him.
Yes.
By 2 lengths.
Correct.
Sir Michael is 4.5 kilograms better off, and he beats Fast Love. So for me, Sir Michael's the value in the race.
Lovely. I'm glad you like it.
Excuse me, Clyde.
Glad you like it.
He's going to
16-1,
KZN. Do you think Candace Dawson would have taken him there if he was in need of the run?
No,
I don't believe that.
No.
So he's the value in the race. Have a look at Mr. Pigalle. Last time out, he was out at the weight. He had horses rated higher than him, behind him. Back in a handicap, he's a very consistent sort. He's going to be my second pick ahead of Fast Love. So I'm going 1-5-3.
Okay, again, Peter Muscat is back in KwaZulu-Natal. We know, I think you've got to start watching that stable soon enough. If not today, it's coming. The Muscat stable is going to turn very quickly. That I can assure you, one way or the other. Anyway, Sir Michael's our Shrewdy. It's 20-1. We'll get 20 to 1. Don't worry, we'll find some of it. Hopefully you can get some of it as well. And maybe back at a place. This is what we like, jackpots, everybody. The race 4, we're going field by 2, 4, 7, by 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And for Darren, he wants to bank on the 5 at the back. We're moving on to a handicap now where a horse like Intrepid's come tumbling down in the ratings. Was once upon a time trading around, what was this horse's rating? A 102 once upon a time. I think what is it now, in the 70s, Mr. Burrows?
Clyde, it's dropped from a 102 to a 80. And last time out, he recaptured his best form. He was absolutely flying at the finish behind Beatonwood Boy. And now that he's off a winning mark and in form, I think he'll take some beating. I thought the danger, Lord Wiley, at the bottom of the boards. He's recapturing some of his best form. He's got the ability. He ran, what was it, half a length off a horse like Intrepid last time out. So 2 and 7 to fight it out. And I've got respect for AJ's captain.
Okay, so Intrepid and Lord Wiley bump again. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually liked Lord Wiley last time out. He had every opportunity in running and just found very little. In Shepherd, you can see he's off a very competitive mark, Clyde. So
I see, yeah.
Got respect for him. Have a look. Mace Roberts saddles 2, right? Northern Warrior is a bit of a track and trip specialist. He always does his best up the Scottsville straight. But Rachel's opted to ride Patronage, and that's number 5. You can see his latest 2 turf runs, Clyde. He's beaten just over a length on both occasions, so he's very capable of his current mark. Go back to that run on the 25th of January, the Camorra run. AJ's captain's 4 kilograms better off for a length beating by Patronage. So I'm going to say AJ's captain, although it appears as if he hasn't trained on, I think he's going to go close off. What is he off? 76. I think he has to, otherwise the connections are in trouble. So 4, 5, and 2 for me in that order.
Well, I see Robin Clarkson's got a couple out there today, and she's got this other horse, any price. What's it called? The Tangango.
Hasn't she always said that this horse is better around a bend?
Maybe, yeah.
So,
but perhaps, so if you are looking for a trifecta horse, maybe that could be something. It's a small field, but the boys are onto Intrepid here. It does appear to be the right one. Okay, let's have a look at what we're going to do. It's another opportunity for jackpots where we're going 2, 4, and 5 by 2, 4, 5, 8, and 9. By 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And then the last leg, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's Daryl Murray's safe play. Race number 6, it's over 1,000 metres, this particular event. It's 7 to 2 the field, and not easy because there are a few that can win here. One in particular that I thought might have a chance is Michael Miller, is Palm Breeze, who's trading at 5 to 1. But it's I think your guess is as good as anyone's, really. And let's see what Darren, well, not that he guesses, but what he likes.
Clyde, there's nothing separating Palm Breeze and Bon Bush. Now, Bon Bush, very speedy last time out. Palm Breeze would prefer a little bit further. So the 8's got to go in. Maquette, 1,000-meter specialist. On her best form, she can come into it. Get in the queue, and Princess T as well. So 2, 4, 5, 8, and 9.
We thought it would be as many as that, really, in a race like this, Mr. Murray?
yeah, Phillies MA's handicap, Clyde, you want to have as many as possible. But if you watch the latest replay of Bon Bush, you'd be very impressed. She was lightning quick out of the pens. One has to believe that the 1,000 meters is going to be in her favor. And if I'm not mistaken, was that her turf debut?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
In soft, over the 1,200, that last furlong certainly caught her out. So
Right.
if she just strips fitter from that outing and reproduces a similar effort, I can see her winning. Palm Breeze, take note, they have fitted her with a set of blinkers because she does come back to the 1,000 meters. So I like the look of the two of them, 8 and 9,
well,
but it certainly doesn't stop there, Clyde.
Bon Bush and Palm Breeze met last time. They meet again today. It'll be interesting to see. It does appear that Daryl's preference is for Bon Bush at this point in time. But let's have a look at what we want to do now. We've only got just a few races left, so there's a pick 3 opportunity, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. Any one of those can win this. Any one of 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 can win race number 7. And any one of 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I just want to make sure I've got it all right for you. Can win the very last race, which is race number 8. Seventh race, Iron Will tops the boards for Alison Wright and Serena Moodley. They priced up this morning at around 28 to 10. 4 Exceeder for Dean Kanemayer and Keegan DeMello is 7 to 2 second choice. And Master to Be number 1 on the card is trading at 5 to 1. Would Dean Kanemayer be your preference here, Mr. Burrows?
I'm very confident about Iron Will here, Clyde. He's actually one of my better bets on the card. Now, have a look 5 runs back. He beat a horse like Money Heist, who's been campaigning in Grade 1 and Grade 2 company. Then he ran second to Captain Casey. I thought that was a cracking effort because he was out at the weights. Last time out, he beat a horse like Ideal Act, who placed in a feature race since then. I think he, even with the 60 kilos, he'll take a power of beating in this lineup.
Okay, so you're obviously very impressed with his last victory. You agree with that?
Clyde, on that occasion, he only carried 51 kilograms, and the runner-up carried 10 kgs more. So I have my doubts. In saying that, he's obviously off a very competitive mark and in great form, but I don't think the race is as clear-cut as that, in my opinion. A Master to Be Exceeder, I don't think Exceeder stays. I actually like him that he's come back in trip. Master to Be loves this course and distance. African Dusk, I was very, very disappointed with his post-maiden efforts. I have to believe he's much better than that, Clyde. So not as confident as Darren is, but can I see Iron Will winning? Yes, I can.
Okay, so there's the ultimate answer from Mr. Marie, and therefore with our second or penultimate race of the day, this is what we'd like to show or recommend that you do in the race. From Darren Burrows' perspective, he's very confident that Iron Will be the right horse in the race. Says, yes, it may have 60 kilos to carry, but confident it'll win and win again. Open. This race is not easy, but there's been a coup, if you want to call it that. They shortened the horse from 10 to 1 to 7 to 2 from Yoga's Governor stable. Sean Veal's been riding them second to none. He really has been top of his game. I must commend the guy. Well done, Sean. Keep it up. Keep the confidence going. And that's what it's all about. It's all about confidence. And he's on this horse, Bayview Express, Darren. And then they're backing this horse off the boards. It was 10 to 1, I think, yesterday.
Yes, Clyde, he was 10 to 1 into 3 to 1, I see. So he came to Cape Town for a couple of starts. He wasn't at his best. He returned to KZN. He ran in the Michael Roberts handicap, only beaten 4 1/4 lengths by Cape Eagle. This horse has to have a big say in this type of company, and he loves Scottsville. I would include all of 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 in your quartets. That should get you through.
Okay. So there are a handful of them, but there is some, ultimately the talk of the race and the money now is for Bayview Express. Anything else?
Yes, Clyde, last time he contested the Michael Roberts listed event, he ran above his rating, but he's a exposed 6-year-old. So make of that what you want. Back in a handicap, he has to be considered always at this track, Clyde. Q-Wing won from that form line, so it has been franked. I just had a look at the race. Numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, none of them are natural front runners. And I can see a horse like Overny King taking it up. And Clyde is ultra consistent. Making his handicap debut.
I like it.
Making his handicap debut. I think he could certainly back it up a bit. I can see him backing it up. And I'll give him a big shout just because of the way I can see the race being run.
Yeah.
Tom Bombadil, Clyde, I watched his latest replay. He was going to get caught wide, so the apprentice just opted to take him right back. He turned into the straight stone last on the fence. He made his move towards the outside. There was no running room, and he finished right down the inside. So I believe he covered the most ground in that race. Evented or won from that form line. So I think it's a tricky event. In order, I'd say 5, 3, and 1.
Okay, 5, 3, and 1, and that being Arveni King, who may well be the horse to follow in a race like this. But please pay attention to the money that's come for this horse, Bayview Express. Okay, let's put up what we like from the last. We're going Scottsville Quartet boxed with 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9.